Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm with my friend Chris, and we're going to be giving you our July 2015 Banlist predictions, because that's coming up. It is getting released in July, right?
I mean, you know more than I do, so.
I mean,
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm kind of winging it, but.
I mean, I don't really know that much, but I'm just giving educated guesses, and that smoke detector from the last video is still here. So, hope
it's
you
not
guys
my smoke detector.
yeah, prepare your ears. This is in our house. So with this ban list, I think the big thing is pretty much going to be Necroz, Shadal, Stellar Knight, those three just kind of getting, you know, I mean, they've been around for a long time. Or at least Shadal and Stellar Knights have, and Necroz is just dominating, so like, it's pretty much gotta go.
I don't know. Like, yeah, I'll take that back. Yeah, I do know. Necroz is a problem.
Necroz, like, I mean, it's just, I don't know. I mean, how do you think Necroz will get hit? Because everybody seems to sort of have these different opinions about it. I'm just not really sure. Like, there's like the Gen lock. Some people are just like, oh, just hit the Gen lock, and the rest of the deck can chill.
I don't think they're gonna hit the Gen lock because then like that just makes other ritual decks unplayable.
Not really though.
I think so.
I mean, I think what made other decks unplayable was when they like limited preparation of rights. Because that means that like now,
right.
like things like
I told you I don't really know. I don't really know because I haven't been playing that much.
I think Genlock would be better to hit, and then that way they don't have to hit something like Manju or Sinju, which would hurt like other ritual decks even more.
Yeah, what about like the boss monsters in the deck?
Some people want Unicorn gone.
Yeah. I think so.
Because Unicorn is kind of the degenerate one. He's the one who like doesn't really do anything. He just sits there and says like, you can't use Synchros, you can't use Xyz. Like, tough luck, have fun playing against Necroz without using.
I mean, I think Konami might do something to the Brio and the.
Brio got put to 2 already, so you think it'll just put it to 1?
It's possible.
And just kill all. I mean, like
possible.
It and Clazolis or whatever, the one that's so just been.
Like I think if anything they would. I think Jin, the one that stops you from being stops you from summoning. I think it might possibly get banned.
I think I'd be fine with that. I'd be totally fine with that.
I'm fine with that too because like I mean I've never been a fan of I can play Yu-Gi-Oh! My opponent can't.
Yeah.
Like I've like
it is worse than Vanities.
Yeah.
Because only they can't.
It's so much worse than Vanities, and Vanities is at 1.
Yeah, I mean, I think like Genlock could get banned, and then other than that, I mean, like maybe cut the consistency with like the little thing that searches spells and traps.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree. I mean, like it's a countless number of ways they can hit that deck.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Without making it unplayable.
You're right. Like I feel like if they just took Genlock away, the deck is still completely playable.
Still playable.
And I don't know if Konami wants that. Like I don't know if they want them to be. Because, you know,
it's still playable because if I'm not mistaken, when the deck first like hit land here, like nobody really played the Genlock because they didn't really think it was that viable.
Right.
Until people realized
it's totally playable without it.
Yeah. Until people realized that we got the Genlock. I can stop my opponent playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And I got a big monster on board they can't run over because they can't special summon.
So for that reason, I mean, maybe they will hit like Claws or maybe Unicorn.
Yeah, like
maybe Brio again.
I mean, it's countless ways they can hit the deck. I think.
What I think I'd like to see is like preparation of rights come back to 3, so ritual decks can use it, and then just like limit Brio, limit Claws, and you know, that kind of thing. So it's just like hitting across not all ritual decks. Yeah. So people can still play their Relinquished and their Herald, you know.
Yeah. I feel like Satellar.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
I can't really call one card because I cannot think of the names of them right now.
Altair for me.
But
Altair to 1. The Resummoner, the Debris.
The only problem with that deck is it has so much consistency.
It's so consistent, but the thing is, if they hit Altair, like the main problem with Altair is like Altair gets back to Neb, or like it'll be like Vega, Altair, get back to Neb, the Neb searches another Altair, and then it's just like, and then they go into Triver and bounce some things, and next turn none of it matters because like Altair is just gonna come back, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and
So with only one, I feel like that would mean like they can't. It's not so stupid. Like it doesn't add that whole like I'm gonna make this dumb play and it doesn't matter what you do about it because I just got another Altair next turn.
Exactly.
To just make driver.
It's so consistent. It's so consistent, and like
I'd like Rhoda, but that's not happening. I mean, I'd like Rhoda to 1.
I mean, sending Rhoda back to 1 could help.
But there's like we're going back to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Stone Ages, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't know. I feel like Rhoda kind of needs to be at 3 right now
because like, I don't think gotten so fast that like
I don't think that it's so much of a problem that
I think it's just Altair.
It needs to be at 1 anymore.
What about Driver? Do you think Driver the big C's that bounces everything?
It's
really annoying and it can lose.
I don't think it's new, right?
But it's not that new. It came out like new challengers. That was like November.
Oh, I mean, wow.
It could come
that long? Nah.
It could go to 1 or something.
Yeah.
And that way you just don't have 2 of them to just loop back and forth. Because like when you do the Driver loop, it's endless and it's dumb.
That's all. I haven't even heard of that. Now you said it.
It's just the annoying.
I have to see it.
It's the part that people hate about Satellar Knights.
Yeah.
It's Driver pretty much.
Satellar Knights is the deck is way too consistent. It does.
Yeah,
and
it is.
In Yu-Gi-Oh, decks that get away with doing the same thing over and over and over again do
way
not
too
belong.
Consistently, yeah.
They don't belong because, like I said, it pretty much just says that you get over it this time, I'm just gonna do it again next turn.
Yeah. And at a plus.
And I understand like that kind of gets to the player and like kind of makes the player seem whiny when they say stuff like that. Like, but you can do it. You can keep doing it over and over again. But
this is a good example of you really can
do it over and over again.
Sometimes when I'm playing Satellar Knights, I just sit there and look at my hand. It's like I could stop this, but it doesn't matter if I do because like literally next turn it happens again.
Exactly, and then you waste your resources trying to get over it, and you can't win the game that turn because you have to make some outlandish play just to get over that.
And then next turn it's gonna get Trivered back.
It's gonna do it all over again.
I was also thinking maybe Call the Haunted, just because they've already released.
Yeah, I agree.
Did you know they've released Oasis of Dragon Souls and that other new trap that like summons level 4 from the grave? So it's like, is there really a need for Call? And then that way, if they limit Call, then that's like kind of one less thing Satellar Knights get. True. I mean, they'll just replace it with the other stuff, but still, at least they don't get the best card of the. I don't know. It's a thing. Shadal.
What's another? Shadal.
Shadals are like in Japan apparently they're like Konami has hammered them to the ground because like they banned or limited.
It might be. I mean, I think it's that time here. It's Konami's that deck like it's kind of ran its course now. I say Konami. Shadal's that deck that is kind of ran its course, and I mean,
what do you think will get
people are not gonna stop playing it because it's so good, but. In the same, like Konami has to do something else about that deck.
Yeah, it's been too long. What do you think would get hit?
I'm not sure.
I was gonna say either Construct to 1 or like El Shadal Fusion or something. I mean, Construct's the big problem because
I can see that.
If you put Construct to 1, then it means that
they had to play a little smarter.
That the Star Seraph part is also slightly nerfed because that means that they can only go into 1 construct.
Yeah.
And when the construct dies and gets back to El Shadal Fusion, they're still only, it's gone. That construct is gone.
Yeah.
So like they can't, so it means that the Star Seraph engine is not as good because the light attribute means a lot less. Either that or like El Shadal Fusion, because El Shadal Fusion causes like OTKs out of nowhere.
I know. And
like when you just lose to it and it's just like, that sucks.
Like, I don't know, Shadal's it's had so many different iterations. Like, Banlist after Banlist after Banlist, like in a way, it's kind of like Mermail. Like,
yeah,
it's kind
of a long time.
It's kind of time for Konami to just hit the deck. Don't hit it enough so we can't play it, but make it so it's not as good as it should be. Well, I'm not even gonna say as it should be. It's not as good as it was because
just so it's not like staying. Because I mean, they don't want it to stay relevant.
It's staying relevant for too long, and then like. Just think about it. In my opinion, I think Konami hit Klee too early.
Yeah,
I think Konami hit Klee too early, and Klee just got his power back.
Yeah, lose a turn helped and stuff like that.
But in the same
tower turbo
in the same loser turn, I think loser turn needs to be hit.
Yeah,
because
loser
turn is nothing but another floodgate.
Yeah, it's
another
floodgate.
Really
and that whole like it follows to the grave.
Yeah, that ruling. Nah, I don't think that rule.
Yeah.
Okay, if that ruling stands, loser turn needs to go to 1.
Yeah. It's because it really is just another floodgate.
Yeah, it's another
vanity. It's almost like vanities plus skill drain in one card in a way.
You basically telling me that I got one Book of Moon in my deck, one compulsory evacuation device in my deck, and God knows whatever other card that I have in my deck. But I only run maybe 1 or 2 of those cards. You mean to tell me that loser turn still hits my monster if I book it? Or I can post it. Like the cards that I run, I run 1-ofs of these cards in my deck. Why is loser turn so broken against a 1-of? And that's basically the way I look at it. Like, why is this card so good against me Book of Moon and my monster? Like that ruling, I don't know. In my opinion, that ruling is stupid. It makes the card OP, and that's the reason. Like it costs that much right now.
Now, what about Denko Seka? Because that's another one that people are kind of like.
Yeah.
The only reason why is just because it's like Cold Wave on legs.
Yeah.
Because like there was that one feature match that everybody like got up in arms about, where like some player like set 4 and said go, like summoned something, set 4 and said go. The other player literally summoned Denko Seka. The guy can't chain anything, and then he just literally won the match from there. Like he just summoned Denko Seka, went off, and the other guy couldn't and that happened like 2 games in a row. Like that was a match. Like imagine you sit down at the table.
That's like Yu-Gi-Oh! Cheese.
You set and you like summon. They summon Denko. You can't do anything. Well, that sucks. You side game 2. It just happens again.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh well.
I don't know. Like
this card's dumb.
I don't know. Like that kind of makes me laugh at like people who just sit there and set 4. They set 4 and expect to win. Like I like that. I like that part about it, but I hate the fact that that shit can happen.
It's because OTK decks can still use it. Stuff like Necron, stuff like Shadol's.
Now, if it wasn't playable in those decks, it'll be a whole different story. Because
so it'd be different if like it said like you can't special like while it's on the field, like something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like I don't.
I cut you off. I'm sorry.
I don't think it should be playable in those decks. I mean, like, of course, there's nothing Konami can do about it being played in those decks because if they made the card already, the card's made. It's too late. Like,
you gotta limit it, or
they have to stop it before it happens. So, I mean, I say limiting it would be perfect.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, putting it to 1. I mean, like, it pretty much comes down to, you know, do I have it? Yeah. Can I get to it?
And at that point, it's not always really worth it to even run that copy.
Exactly. Like it's all about the player. Then, like, do I want to play this card or not? Do I got space to run 1 of this card?
My next question is Burning Abyss relevant enough to even get? I mean, I don't think so.
I don't think so, but you don't want it to be one of those cases where it's like
you hit everything else.
You hit everything else, and Burning Abyss is still is playable, and it's the best deck. And that's exactly what happened with No,
there's just been several situations.
It didn't happen.
I remember that kind of happened with stuff like Bujin and like whenever like other decks got hit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I think there's nothing really left in Burning Abyss to hit. I don't think it needs to get hit. I'm just afraid that.
I mean, like the deck fell off at a certain time, and it was no need to hit anything in it because it fell off at a certain time. So. It fell off like right before the ban list. So the ban list comes out. Oh, we hit Necross, we hit Klee, we hit Satellar, we hit Shadal. Oh, but guess what? I can still drop 2. I can still summon Dante. I can still summon Virgil. You know, I can still play this deck. Like,
there was a time when I thought like Dante should get limited, but now that Burning Abyss doesn't appear enough, I'm like,
Yeah, I mean it's kind of like a you don't know type thing.
I think what'll have to happen is it'll have to not get hit, and then Konami will just see if it stays relevant. After that, then maybe have to hit it in like October. Or
and it could, and it could be one of those situations where it's like people just gonna stop playing the deck.
Yeah, just because it's old.
Yeah,
and they're just tired of seeing it.
People are gonna stop playing the deck, but and it's gonna have its few tops.
Yeah, here and there.
You know, but
nothing special.
People are gonna discover the new stuff that we can do in Yu-Gi-Oh.
So what about any like just fun picks, kind of random stuff that might come back?
Or like 4 top needs to get hit.
I would not mind. But the thing is, like, how do you hit it? Because most of the time people only run 1.
Exactly.
So I wish it just wasn't as good as it is. It's annoying.
Yeah,
I hate that card.
That's it. Like that's all it is. It's just.
I hate playing against clean. Like
it's just a fun pick because like I like playing the deck. I like running one tower, and I know how broke tower is. You know.
Yeah. I don't
But
know. Yeah.
I mean,
anything like
it's a necessary evil.
What about like stuff like people want heavy back and things? I mean, is there anything that you think could even come back? Because I'm just kind of sitting here thinking it's like there are a bunch of banned cards that could, but like I don't know.
There's a lot of banned. There's a lot of cards on the list that don't even need to be there.
Chaos Emperor Dragon got errated, but it wasn't.
They didn't bring
it back.
They can bring it back. I mean, I don't think it's.
Eclipse River can still search it.
Yeah,
But the effect is so,
I forgot about that.
But the effect is so nerfed.
Yeah.
I guess like if they brought it back, they'd probably want to like put Eclipse River on or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something like that. I mean, yeah, I can't think of anything else like Relinquit or Thousand Eyes Restrict. I've always thought that card.
I mean, it could.
Like who cares? I've been like because it's just like a mind controller.
Yeah.
And it dies in the index.
Especially like if it's banned, like bring it back to 1 and see what happens.
Yeah, I'm getting to the point where like Yu-Gi-Oh's gotten so fast and so crazy.
Like a lot of this stuff is not even.
It's like you might as well bring some.
Yeah, a lot of stuff is not even relevant, and that's why they gave us Goyo Guardian back.
Yeah, now it's a 3, and who cares?
Yeah, nobody cares.
Like Gores is a 3, and who cares? You know what I mean? Like I think like Trag could go to 3, and no one cares. Like it doesn't matter. Oh,
like they gave us the whole Blackwing deck back.
Yeah, and it's not doing shit.
And Blackwings is a fast deck. And it still does nothing.
Yeah. Oh, Instant Fusion is probably going to get limited, I guess, right? Because like that Noden thing got confirmed.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So I guess they'll probably limit. They're either going to do it now or October. I don't even know if Noden's still that good. I mean, I guess it still is pretty good.
Yeah.
They'll probably have to limit that.
They're probably going to let it happen.
Yeah, or maybe they will.
They're probably going to let it happen. Especially since like Nationals is going to happen. Like
Noden won't be out of it. It won't. Noden's not coming out until like September.
I mean, but like I said, Nationals is gonna happen. I mean, they're gonna hit the decks we play right now. They're gonna hit those.
Yeah, and they might. Yeah, I agree. I see what you're saying. They might just let Noden just.
They're gonna let it happen. They're gonna be like, here, you can play it. Oh, and then guess what? Man, listen, October.
Yeah, like you get it for like a month, and just let the chaos reign.
Kind of how they did with E-Dragons and
like 6 Sam with 3 Gateway for like 2 weeks.
It was like, hey, here, play it. You know what I'm saying? Like even 6 Sam. 6 Sam's came out right before YCS. Yeah. They're like, here, play it. Oh.
Yeah, where they just didn't care.
You go to YCS, I guarantee you, every deck profile I see from that YCS will 6 Samurai.
Yeah, it's like it's triple gateway.
And everybody ran the same way. They was like, yeah, you do this, you do. Yeah, of course you do this, you win. Like, that's what it does.
So I don't really think I can think of much else. So
I mean,
any random picks we might just be forgetting. I don't really know that anything else is like annoying right now.
Yeah, I don't really know.
These days it's just decks that piss people off. Not like because like for a long time people complained about like Vanity as a card, but now there's not really any card people complain about. Maybe Dinko, but we already.
Yeah, like in my opinion, I think Konami's did a good job with hitting cards.
Now it's just decks that piss people off.
Yeah, it's just good decks. It's just like the great Yu-Gi-Oh decks that make people mad because they play the opposite of that deck and they can't beat it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
but they can beat something else, and it's a circle, it's a cycle. Like people can't beat this, but they can beat this, so they're mad about this deck, but not mad about this deck.
And there's so much complaining. It's like who knows?
Yeah,
but
people
will complain no matter what.
People are gonna complain no matter what, and Konami's gonna continue to do it. Now, I think it's time for Raigeki to go again.
Really? Who cares? I mean, I forgot that card's even around.
It's in every deck, and
I'm at that point where like
it just says, oh, I'm gonna kill your field and I'm gonna play Yu-Gi-Oh.
I mean, it's Raigeki to me is just sort of like I kind of forgot it existed. I wouldn't mind it going banned again.
It's in every deck.
Here's my problem with Raigeki. If I can just go off on a bit of a rant, in the top tier matchups, it doesn't mean a thing. Like, if you Raigeki like any of the top tier decks, they don't care. And they Raigeki you know, that's crazy. But like, when you're playing low tier casual Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, say you're using your Inzectors and I'm using my like, like we're using like bad decks or whatever.
Yeah.
In that setting, Raigeki's way too strong.
Yeah.
Because we're not playing decks that plus after everything dies. And they can just like spit out advantage. But like, so if we're playing, we have a pretty good game, and then I top deck Raigeki, boom, blow up your field, then it feels unfair. So it feels fair within like the high tier, because Burning Abyss and Shaddolls and all that, they don't care.
They can shake back.
But like low tier decks, it's just like, well.
But do you think it's necessary to have Raigeki and Dark Hole?
I say why not just like.
I don't think it's necessary to have both.
I think either put Dark Hole to 1, which I know people are gonna say I'm stupid for.
Yeah.
But like, or maybe ban Raigeki.
To be totally honest, Dark Hole had no reason going into anything beyond 1.
Yeah, it just feels like because at 2 it's kind of redundant anyway.
Yeah, like
most people won't run 2.
It's no point.
So why have it?
It's no point. But then like I guess you gotta look at it like this too. It's no point in even putting it to 1 if it's if it's.
Maybe if they ban the Gen Lock, then that's a good reason to put Dark Hole to 1.
Yeah.
Because Dark Hole's just like at this point kind of an out to Gen Lock.
Yeah.
Oh, random also tangent. Darn it, Calvin failed us. Calvin's our light guy and he failed us on the light.
Hold up, I got this. Lights! It worked?
It didn't work.
Oh, fuck it.
He must have fell asleep.
We'll be alright.
Anyway, my little tangent is Spellbook of Fate should come to 2, and Inzektor's Hornet and Dragonfly should both come to 2.
Exactly.
Because who really cares anymore?
Exactly.
Like who really cares anymore? Literally, like. I mean, they kill me whenever I say Judgment could come to 1, so I'm just not even gonna go there. But
I think Wando Magician can go to 2.
Yeah, or like put the boat to 1. Like all these old cards, like who cares? None of them matter. So
like,
put either Magician to 2 or boat to 1, or even both, because who really cares?
Like I totally understand wanting to push a new product. I totally understand that.
But like Blackwings, Firefist, and Mermails all have like their stuff back, so like, you might as well.
You might as well give Inzektor's their stuff back.
Right, yeah.
You might as well give Inzektor's their stuff back. You might as well give Windows their stuff back. But but in the same, like you don't want to give Dino Rabbit back.
I mean, I thought about like Rabbit to 2, but I don't know.
You don't.
That's tricky.
I mean, but in the same, like, is it as deadly as it was?
Not really. Because who cares? Like these days, there's so much stuff to stop everything.
It's not
anymore.
Like it's totally not.
I feel like they need to be more lax with that.
Just think about it, like Dino Rabbit now doesn't really matter. Like Logi and Doka.
No one cares.
Like it's
no one cares.
I mean, I guess you can give us. They can give 2 rabbits. They can give 2 rabbits. You know, I feel like
it won't mean much.
I feel like a lot of those older decks could come back and be decent, and they could be nice as hell on at a local level.
Yeah, but Konami's kind of forgotten, so whatever. Anyway,
Konami only wants us to play at big events. They don't want us to play locally. Because I'm so serious. Like people get tired of going to locals and playing against nothing but meta
and losing.
Nothing but meta. That makes like
no one's happy about that.
No new players want to come play because they come in. They like, oh, I want to play this deck. I quit the game when Windows came out, but I want to come back and play my Plant Synchro. Plant Synchro is finally playable again. Yeah. It's finally playable again, but
you'll still lose to Necroz.
You'll still lose to Necroz.
So it doesn't feel fair. But anyway.
So how about you give us a lot of our older decks back so people can play those and they can come together and play Plant Synchro versus Inzektor's, Plant Synchro versus Windows, or just Mermail versus Dino Rabbit or some stuff like that. Like let stuff like that happen. But I guess Konami doesn't want like so many decks in rotation because it's gonna make
it's hard for them to keep control.
It's gonna make the big events so unpredictable.
And they can't have
unpredictable.
And people might not buy new things.
Exactly, and all these old meta decks somehow become rogue decks. Now, like you go to fucking nationals and somebody will come up to you playing.
Yeah, who knows?
Mermail. Like you see Mermail in the top 8. Mermail top 8, Windows top 8 because Konami brought them back. But they're not gonna do that. So that's just wishful thinking from us. That's just some stuff we want to come off of the ban list so it can help older decks be played.
So those are our ban list predictions and a bit of a rant. And
I think it was more of a rant than a ban list video.
It got that way.
That's all it was. We were just ranting on Konami not giving us cards.
Leave your ban list thoughts. And also, if anyone knows when this ban list is even coming out, please let me know. Because like, I don't even think it's like July 1st. I think it's
didn't really think about
just some random date. They haven't announced it.
I was like, oh, Yeah, I need to play Yu-Gi-Oh again. I need to build a deck. Oh, the Banlist comes out next month. Okay, cool.
I don't know anymore, but that's the video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Remember to talk about it in the comments and subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh. We'll talk to you guys later.
Peace.